Good afternoon, everybody. How was the day today? It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Sunny. I'm saying welcome back to me and welcome back to my staff because we were out of commission for like 6 or 8 shows. Unfortunately, I was ill and my co-host was traveling, and we're back. And Greg will be back on Monday. At least I think so. So today is a big day because I'm so happy to be back with these 2 wonderful guests. We have Kathleen O'Hara.
Hi.
And she is from the organization is called, what is the name of the organization?
The Kidney Coalition of New York City.
Kidney Coalition of New York City. She has quite a story and has a few things planned. So I'm going to let her talk about it in a little while. And we have Sandi Rufo, who I've met for about 2 years on Facebook. I meet all my clients on Facebook. And she is a New York empowerment photographer. And she wrote a book. She also has a photography book. She's a coach. And she does all kinds of wonderful things to help mostly women. It's not men, right?
No, it's just women's empowerment.
Do you ever think about maybe doing the men? Because that might be interesting too, from what I see in the
I've
book.
had quite a few men volunteer.
Yes, I'm sure you do. So we have 2 wonderful ladies. So today is June 1st, and it is National Game Show Day. It is National Say Something Nice Today.
Wow.
It is
Shouldn't every day be Say
World
Something
Meat.
Nice Day?
World it should be World Milk Day, National Nail Polish Day, Hazelnut Cake Day, and Go Barefoot Day.
Wow.
Now, did you know that all those days were today?
No idea. I didn't know.
Now,
it was
the
any
first
good.
thing we do on the show, because we believe in the community, is we break bread. Everybody gets Italian bread on the show. Okay, so you take it home, you break it with your loved one.
Thank you so much.
Your boyfriend or your dog, whichever you have, or your cat. Okay, and that's for you too.
Thank you very much.
This whole show is really community based on people, places, things, positivity, illness, cancer, whatever you want to talk about. Everything we talk about on this is good. Of course, there are some negative things when someone's sick, but we pull everything together to give resources to everyone to help each other. And we do some charity work here as well. And there are a lot of events that happen here every night, every weekend, all kind of music, dancing, wild, soft. It depends on what you like. So I'm really glad to have you. And I'm glad to be back because, as I told you, I've been sick. So I'm going to start out with you, my friend. First of all, Kathleen O'Hara are you from Kerry, Ireland?
No, Middle Village, Queens.
Middle Village, Queens. Okay.
Close. Yeah, very close.
Family from Ireland or no?
My great-great-grandfather.
Okay, yeah.
But then it's family from Ireland and family from Italy.
Italy?
My father
Irish
is,
and Italian.
Yeah, my father's half Irish, half Italian, and my mom is 100% Irish.
Wow. Very, very good. See, now when Greg is here, he does all this stuff that
so you're multitasking.
I have, yes, but I never used to be able to do it, so I'm very proud of myself. It takes time, really. It really does. But I have such a great staff, and that's what it's all about. When you have good people that help you, it makes a big difference.
It does make a big difference.
So you guys, have you logged on? Did you
I'm logged on, and it's
not happening.
All
right. Well, I can send it to you later if not. Okay, that's all right. So let's talk about first, how this organization happened.
Let me just share it for you.
Here we are.
Yeah, it's shared now. Well,
how do what's your story? You could tell it better than me. I know you need a kidney.
Yes, but my nanny actually had end-stage renal disease like me, so what happened was my very first sight of dialysis was actually peeking through the window at an early age, seeing her on a dialysis machine. At 13, I had HSP nephritis, and that's where the blood vessels underneath the blood vessels pop underneath your skin, and that ended up causing the kidney damage that made me have kidney failure. Mm-hmm. So at 21, I had to get my first kidney transplant. And my brother gave me my first kidney transplant. It lasted 10 years, a month and a day. Mm-hmm. And then it failed for no fault of my own. It just basically got old, it got sick, and the kidney lived its long life. So I started dialysis again, and it was just short of 3 years. And my aunt entered a paired exchange program, or a swap, and she gave a kidney for me to get a kidney, and that kidney lasted 8 years. I was told back in 2019 that I was going to have my kidney was going to fail and it was going to be lost. So they said, you're going to have dialysis in 6 months. I fought it for 2 years. I started dialysis in September of 2021, and I'm on dialysis currently until I get a kidney.
And how many days do you do that?
I do dialysis 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for 4 hours. Treatment times vary depending on the individual basis, but 4 hours is like usually the longest. There are very small cases of 5-hour treatments, but most people are.
You
like
look so
3 hours
healthy.
and 3.
You know, you look great today.
Makeup does wonderful.
You look great today. You have such nice hair.
Thank you.
And you're very, pleasurable to talk to. And you never know that you don't feel good.
Well, you would never know that I almost passed out this morning.
Oh, really?
Makeup does wonders.
Well, that's true. We all love makeup.
Yeah.
If you saw me 2 weeks ago when I was sick, you wouldn't recognize me.
Well, that's the thing with kidney disease, is that it's a hidden illness. So most, like, if you see the sayings, it's I look fine from the outside, but if you turn my body inside out, I'm not that fine.
Yeah, but you seem to be very knowledgeable on everything.
I try. This all started at a young age, so I'm dealing with. I actually just not celebrated, but my 32-year anniversary of dealing with chronic kidney disease just passed last week.
Well, you are definitely a fighter.
Oh,
you're not a quitter.
That's because I have a good family behind me.
Yeah, that's great. I see your mom is here in the audience, and your cousin, who I know your cousin. I didn't know I knew your cousin till I saw it on Facebook.
You know everybody.
Yes. And I'm like, oh my God, she's a good friend of our performer, Bob D'Amato.
Oh, very
who
nice.
sings. And I almost invited him here today,
Oh.
but he was busy. So yeah, he sings for us. He's a Bobby Does Bobby singer.
Okay.
And he has such great old tunes, and he sings a lot for us. Yes.
Yeah, Kristen's wonderful. She put me in contact with you, and that's why I'm sitting here right now.
Kristen, your aunt, Kristen Scanlon, let me tell you something. She does everything for everybody. She knows how to dance. She knows how to wind herself up. She knows how to climb. I mean, everything you see her on Facebook,
Yep.
she does it all.
The Mood Busters.
Yes, yes. And she has a twin sister, right?
No.
Oh, a sister.
Yeah.
Yes.
She has,
I think you're twins because you both seem so good at what you do. And the name of the real estate is what? I forget now here.
It's the Scanlon Home Team. and
Scanlon
it's the-
Home Team. So it's your own creation, which is wonderful. And you have a really good reputation, I have to say. You really do. And that takes a lot of hard work, but it's in the genes. Because that's your whole family got together.
Well, my mom is one of 12, and
12.
yeah. So my cousin Kristen her father is my mother's brother.
Oh, okay. So you guys are really tight.
Yeah.
Do you eat a lot of Irish food?
No.
No? Because with that
St.
name, I
Patrick's-
would think you do.
The St. Patrick's Day, my mom will make corned beef, cabbage, and Irish soda burn and everything.
Yes. So your organization, you started it on your own, right?
Yes, I started that back in 2015. We're going to call it the Florence Foundation.
Florence.
Because my nanny's name is Florence, and she had chronic kidney disease, and she passed away due to complications of dialysis. So I wanted to honor her and name it after her. But after doing some research, the Florence Foundation name was taken by many people. So we went with the Kidney Coalition of New York City, because coalition is basically a family of people that want to network and do good and try to help each other. And that's why we came up with the Kidney Coalition.
Plus the fact that it sounds so big, New York City.
Yeah.
It sounds a lot larger.
Yeah.
Well, it is, but we started off small, and we've grown over the years. We've helped hundreds of people. We do everything small, and you're not a number with us. It's an individual basis, and we try to keep everything confidential, because some people don't want people to know that they're sick, and other people don't mind sharing their stories.
Yeah, it is interesting how different people want to share everything, and others would like.
Well, when I first got sick, I felt like that because I was young. You're young and you feel you want to be invisible, but then you realize you're not. So you want to try to hide things, but then as you get older, you want to share and you want to help people.
Well, I'm sure you went through a lot of therapy, right?
No.
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 Get the hell out.
No, that's one of the very first questions that they ask you in an evaluation for a kidney transplant is if you see a psychiatrist or do you want to see a psychiatrist? How do you deal with things? But my parents are a great support team, and so is my brother and my husband and my whole family in general. And my dad and my mom's always taught me, you could come to us and talk to us if you have an issue, and you just keep putting your one foot in front of the other and keep going.
Well, it's a great family you have. You don't have any children, right?
No.
Yeah. Okay.
I have three nephews and
so
four nieces and two fur babies for my nephew.
7 kids there. That's enough. They're like your kids, I'm sure.
Yeah. So, but and we're a very close knit family, and we all try to support each other when we can.
Right. So now, if somebody is watching this and would like to, get tested, what is, tell me what they need to do. Okay.
Well, first of all, you could just get tested, and there's different options. People think right away that it's about blood type and everything, and yes, it is, but it also has other options available. So if you're not my blood type and you don't match, you can actually still give a kidney like my aunt did, and she gave her kidney to get a kidney for me that was a match.
That's unbelievable. I never heard of something like that.
Yeah, it's called paired exchange, or like everyday talk, that everybody calls it a swap. Mm-hmm. And what happens now is that now that I need a kidney, the people come forward, and some people did and some people didn't qualify to be tested. It's a few questions. You go to cornell.donorscreen.org, register now, and in that website they have a few questions, and if you pass that questionnaire, then you'll move on to the next phase, and that's where you get a blood test done, and they see if my blood and your blood are friends and get along, then they'll go further, and if the blood doesn't get along, then they'll tell you, sorry, you're not a match, and you can do something like a paired exchange program.
Right. Now, have you ever thought of doing like a group thing where everybody comes to a place and the center comes to that place and everyone lines up to get tested?
That's more of like a bone marrow thing.
Okay.
But with kidneys, they don't do that. They do it now like this, where you have to go online and fill out this questionnaire.
It's all paperwork, and you have to do it all online.
Yeah. Well, years ago when I first got my first transplant, they did something very similar. Mm-hmm. I always got everything done at New York Presbyterian, Weill Cornell, and I was 17, 18 years old. They sat us in a conference room, put us in front of a television, told us to watch the video, and then they came back in after the video, explained what was going to happen, and then said, who wants to get tested? At that point, my family all jumped up. Mom, Dad, my brother, my aunts, they all got tested, and my brother was a match, but he didn't bother telling any of us until I got a letter in the mail saying that he was a match and the transplant was going to happen.
You're kidding? Wow, that had to be a great day for you.
Yeah, well, and my brother's a first responder, so he's always helping everybody, and then he did this for me.
Oh, that's amazing.
That is great. That is really good. Ria Nuns Paz, is she a friend?
Yes.
She's saying that her friend Simone is going to get tested.
Oh, wow. Thank
and
you.
Jerry Ferretti is checking in, and Bob D'Amato, Eddie Sessa, and Susan Pinky, and we'll see who else. This is like, it takes time.
Nice.
But what happens is by tomorrow there'll be more and more people.
Yeah.
Everybody just please share and like the show to everybody you know. Share to your groups.
I'm definitely going to
Yeah,
share it.
and it's a really great way.
We shared the flyer on Facebook as well, so that has all the
I'm going to be
information on
posting
it.
this all the time on my
Thank you very much.
thing. But I noticed you also have all different kinds of things you do.
Yes.
Now this one, I gotta tell you, okay? This very nice, calm girl is having a dirty bingo night, okay? And it's being hosted by Kinky Kim.
I
In
wanna know what
August
Kinky Kim is.
26th.
That's another one of our
I
cousins.
want to go. Girls, you want to go to the Kinky Bingo night? What do you think?
It'll definitely be a
It's
fun
in
time.
a beautiful yacht club. Patrick's going to have to drive us because it's in Queens. And it says here that they have a dirty challenge wheel.
Yes, there's going to be different.
A lot of lips are on this thing here. Some bingo and all kinds of naughty and unique items.
Yes, and we're also going to do we're going to do some type of race, but I don't want to be
a race.
Yes. I'm going to keep those details to ourselves because I don't know what I could say and what I can't say.
Yes.
And so we have the big sexy sack raffle happening.
Sexy sack.
Yes.
Oh, geez, what is that?
Basically, it's going to be a jewelry raffle. So you can win a piece of jewelry that's worth $20 or a piece of jewelry that's worth a few hundred. And it's all different ones, but it'll definitely be a fun night, something that you haven't seen before. It's not grandma's bingo.
Yeah, it says here there's a tacky tray. What is on the tacky tray?
The tacky tray is basically a fancy and politically correct way of saying Chinese auction.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
You have to be careful on the things you say and how you write them.
Well, that is true. You have to be careful. And I like the sexy sack raffle. You're going to be maybe raffling off some kind of lingerie too.
There's going to be a lot of interesting things there.
Maybe some tongs they'll be raffling off.
There's going to be some naughty toys. There'll be this and that prizes. There'll be mystery boxes. There's going to be a lot of.
So what's the dress
there.
code for this night? Is there a dress code? Like
we don't have a dress code.
Like a hooker?
You may not want to show up in your birthday suit, but it's a fun night. However you want to come.
Susan, we're going to have to find out how to dress like hookers. We're going to have to go dress like hookers.
Come to my house. I have plenty of stuff for you.
It sounds very different. I think you're going to get a lot of people. Now, are there sponsors for this where people can sponsor?
We have sponsorships opening. They actually opened today.
Okay.
So we do have some availability on that. Mm-hmm. And we're collecting donations for our tricky tray raffle. Mm-hmm. And we have some really nice donations right now.
Really? So who's your team? Who does this? I mean, tell me you do all this alone.
I do 90% of it.
Wow.
Then
That's
I have my cousins and my mom and my aunt. My husband Kenny, he helps me. So it's basically a family run organization.
You obviously know what you're doing. Because I do things like this. I used to do big ones. Now I do less. Less is more. But it's a lot of work, and you need a team of people that really want to help.
Well, I've been doing things like this since I'm 17. Mm. I've been involved in the New York private sector for nonprofits. I've been involved in the EMS volunteers and done things there and represented the whole city of New York as the publicity chairperson and everything.
Geez,
so
that's great.
Volunteering is in my blood.
Yeah, well, volunteering is good for your soul. It's good for your career. It's good for your marriage. It's just good for everything because when you volunteer, you are hanging out with people that will want to be there. Not that have to be there. You meet the greatest people in the world. And most of my career, that's what I did. Mm-hmm. And that's what got me to where I am now.
Mm-hmm. And most people and the young people think, why are you volunteering? But they don't realize that
people don't get
it opens up a different world. You can network. It builds your resume.
It does so many things for you.
It makes you feel good.
I'm doing a speaking gig all about volunteering in August.
Oh, nice.
And the librarian said, well, what do you want to talk about? She goes, tell me what you do. And she goes, well, then let's just do that. It's like, okay. But again, it's all part of your makeup, how you're raised and all that. And I'm going to give you this because this book is a true story about myself, my best friend, and this little girl. Her name was Nicole Caputo. And she almost drowned in a pool many, many years ago. She was in Newsday. And we met her grandmother in a bar. We was hanging out, drinking. And she was crying at the end of the bar. Little did we know, we went over to talk to her. Because we had 2 or 3 drinks, we were a little tipsy. We said, let's go meet this kid. And that's what we did. And her story is in here.
Oh, wow.
She needed hyperbaric treatments to survive.
Oh, wow.
And 20 years ago, they weren't covered.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And there's a beautiful story in here all about her family, the community that I terrorized in Center Reach because I didn't know anyone there, so it was hard for me to get people. Mm-hmm. The fire department and all the other people in Port Jeff that came. I mean, we had to rent trucks. We had so many things, but in the end, this is a great story. So I'm giving this to you.
Oh, thank you
from
very
me,
much.
all right? Because I thought you would really appreciate the story.
I will.
And it might give you some ideas. Give you some ideas.
Thank you so much.
So, But in the meantime, you look like a fun person. Like you like to have fun.
On my good days,
Yeah,
there's a few bad days with dialysis, but on my good days, I try to
I
fit
don't
in as
even
much as
see
things.
any black and blues. I mean, you look pretty damn good.
Yeah,
I've seen
learn how
people
to, you
with
learn how to hide
dialysis with
things.
so many
Yeah.
black and blues and stuff. So you really, you have nice nails. I mean, you take
Thank
care
you.
of yourself. You look great.
I was coming here. I need to make sure I look
Oh,
good.
right. Well, one thing about, when you're ill, your family's the most important thing to you. And then when you meet all these people that want to help, it's just so fulfilling.
And then
Yeah.
the saying's true. If you look good, you end up trying. You feel better.
Oh, always.
And so you put a little bit of makeup on and you just keep trucking.
Right. Well, in my book, which you're getting, my mantra in my book is every day, get up, get dressed, show up.
Yep.
That's it. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter what, and communicate.
Yep.
And that's how you grow and grow and grow.
Yep.
So, but I think you're doing a great job.
Thank
We're
you.
definitely going to come to this.
Thank you
we
very
have
much, and thank
plenty
you for
of
this
time.
opportunity.
August 26th. We'll have to figure out what we're going to wear. I don't know. Susan might have something in her closet, right, Susan?
Boas, tutus.
Bo is okay. We have to make sure Patrick will drive us because it's in Queens. When my daughter moved,
You think
when
he's
she
going to turn down an offer like that?
Nah. when my daughter moved, when she first got married, she had the balls to move to Middle Village, which is where you live.
Yeah.
But I'm a Floral Parker, okay? You don't move to Middle Village when you're a Floral Parker. And I was devastated. I didn't know how to drive there,
Oh.
nothing. And then when I saw it was steps to go up, no parking. But she lived there for a while. She liked it. But now she came back. She lived in Floral Park, and now she left again. She went to Maryland. So that's your kids, they grow too, and you teach your kids to grow.
So I'm looking to move to Long Island soon.
Are you? Well,
Yeah.
well, you got your.
That's the only person
your
I'm going
cousin
to.
was gonna
That's
is
the
gonna
only
get you a
person I'm
deal.
going to.
Kristen Scanlon, she's
Yes.
wonderful. Very much, she really is.
They may consider me biased, but I agree with you.
No, she is, and she's so cute. She's dressed so nice. She looks so pretty. So now we're going to move over to this wonderful lady who I know for 2.5 years on Facebook. We communicate and communicate and communicate.
Yeah.
And today's the first day we're finally
Yes,
meeting.
finally.
And I find out you know a few of my friends.
Yes. Crazy, right?
Yeah, it really, really is crazy.
Coming
Really,
from around to, growing up in Roslyn, so
Yes.
not too far away.
really. Roslyn is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it there. How long were you there?
Well, my husband and I stayed there until we were married, and then we moved in with his family for a while in Bayville. Spent a couple of years there, and then we were looking
Bayville
for
is so
our home.
nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, well, now they just shut down. Well, they're going to shut down that Bayville toy place.
I know.
I don't know what the heck
Heard
that guy did.
Well, his family's still there. His family's still in Bayville, and we were looking for, we wanted to buy a house at the time, and houses were back then expensive. I mean, not even what it is now.
Right.
So we had to go out of Nassau and go a little further
Yeah.
out. But we got a beautiful house out there in Port Jeff. In fact, when we first moved there, I thought that as far out as we were, I thought that was like the end of the island.
Yeah.
It seems so far out.
Yeah, but now
like-
it's so built up.
there's so much more out there.
Yes. Now, do you live near the golf course on 347?
Yeah.
Well,
Right
that's
by
where
there.
my girlfriend lives, Clymer Street.
Really?
Yeah.
We're in the development.
What's the name of the
right
street?
there.
Oh, on the development.
Yeah. So,
Yes,
yes,
I know it all over there. It's funny.
you have to come and see me.
I will. Yes, I will.
Come pick out some outfits to go.
Oh, yes, that's a good idea.
I have loads of outfits. I probably have about 400
Wow.
outfits from
So
my
you have
clients.
one whole room in your house,
Yes. Well, we
just
have
set
one-
up for the.
One
This-
room is for the dressing room, and we have it's just glamorous. The big chaise lounge.
And you have all the mirrors.
all the mirrors,
Oh,
and we have
God.
outfits galore, and big fluffy robes, and
Jeez.
shoes, and whatever you want. It's
That's
so much
great.
fun.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
And then we have the other room, which is the studio where we do those.
So in your
photos.
career, before you did this, what did you do?
So I was a wedding photographer for 15 years.
Oh, okay.
And I had always really, really wanted to get into more women's empowerment, and I studied a lot of it. And then COVID came, and we had no weddings for a year. And
Yeah.
once I actually got COVID, COVID tried to kill me, but I
You
survived.
was strong.
But I had a very bad case of COVID, and afterwards I have tremors. that haven't gone away.
Oh, jeez.
And so it was almost like I'm not upset about it because I think it was a sign for me
That you needed a change.
It was like, you'll keep doing this forever unless you can't do it anymore. And so I still enjoy photography so much, but I couldn't, like anything like this, you always have an opportunity to take a shot again. But I was like,
Absolutely.
I can't shoot somebody's wedding and miss the kiss or miss some very important moment. So I was like, that wouldn't be fair to my clients. So that's why. So I took that as a sign, and I started.
And you started right from there. How many years are you doing the boudoir? It's called boudoir photography. I know how to say the word anyway.
Yeah.
Never done
a lot
it.
of people didn't know what boudoir was, or they thought it was like only,
They might have thought it was
little
stripping. right, or
clothes,
something?
a little bit of clothes. So we changed it to empowerment photography.
Okay.
Because everyone has their own idea of what empowers them. It's like
Right.
some women, it's dresses and glamorous.
Right.
And other women are like, I just want to wear shorts and a t-shirt. That's empowering to me. So
So whatever you like.
it's what makes you feel good. I say whatever you want.
Okay, that's great. And then all these women sit in your class and learn all
I
about
do
this.
online training. Everything is done online. I have a lot of clients that are in the UK. I just happen to have a coach there, and then ended up
Really?
speaking with a lot of them. And we learned some really fun stuff. We actually do virtual photography now, which is
How
kind
do
of
you do
mind-blowing.
virtual photography? How do you do that?
It's pretty amazing.
On the TV? Like on the
No, they actually have their phone, and they set their phone up at home, and I, through a Zoom program, I walk them through how to pose, what their lighting is like, and I coach them through Zoom, and then I have access to control their phone.
Okay.
So their phone could be across the room, and they're doing the posing, and I'm walking them through it, and then I just click the button, and I'm taking the pictures as they're
You're in the room
posing.
with them,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
not physically.
And a lot of people actually prefer that, especially if it's like your first time, because you're in your own home.
Well, yeah, and
Nobody's
basically
really
nobody's
there with
seeing
you.
you.
More
Right.
comfortable.
Mhm.
And it's like dipping your toe in the whole empowerment photography.
That
so a
is
lot of people
really
like
interesting. I like that
Yeah,
idea.
it's something that I think was came about during the pandemic.
Well, so you had to make a new business, and you figured out something that really did take. Which
Yeah.
was really
So
something.
I combined so I had originally started out with just the photography, but I felt like the people that were coming in were women that they already felt good about themselves. So like, even though it was fun, but I was like, I want to reach the women that look at these pictures and go, I wish I could do that. But
right. They didn't
and
think
I was
that
like,
they could
those are
ever
the
do
women
it.
I want, because I know
You want to give them that self-esteem
I know
boost.
how they're going to feel when this is done. So I, racked my brain for a long time to try and figure that out. And I was like, I have to do some type of coaching. So it's like, it's a coaching and the photography combined. So leading up to your photo session, we have like 6-week courses where we're meeting every week. We're talking about body positivity. We're practicing self-care and self-love.
Now, how do the women react when you try to get them to really relax and talk about it? Because that's a hard thing to
It is
talk
hard.
about your body.
It is hard, but I think there is so much camaraderie in it, because we walk around, and I'm extremely open with everybody, and I say, like, every woman has like a tummy,
Right.
but we're all like so ashamed of our tummies. We're always trying to hide them. Why? We all have that.
Right.
Why are we hiding it? If we would just be like, I have a tummy too, like,
Right.
I don't care. I think, that changes it. So
Do questions come up while they're doing this about sex and all that? Does that come up? Because
questions?
I mean, not questions, but like, does
It's like
techniques?
when we're when not really.
No, well, I think
Are you
maybe
looking
it's
for a few?
No, I just thought maybe because you're talking about so many different body parts. I know.
There's always girl talk involved.
Yeah, like
obviously.
women, they talk about the vajayjay all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking, does that come up?
Yeah, it does.
It does.
Yeah.
So it's probably a lot of fun, right?
It is fun, and it's very freeing to have. So I also have a membership, and in my membership we talk about lots of things. So the women in there really support each other. So it's really nice when you see somebody and the growth that they go, from where they start to later on. So listen, body positivity, it's a very hard thing to do, body acceptance, and it's not every day.
No, it's true.
So, you could be the most positive person, and some days you wake up and say, ugh, you know,
You're
and
right.
so it's nice to have a community of women that you can refer to and be like, I feel like I look like this today, like a bus ran me over.
So
and
let's
your
look
girlfriends will tell you.
look at these pictures a little bit.
So these are some of the pictures from my Ageless Confidence.
Look at how beautiful these women look. My goodness. Wow.
She's going to be
They're
mad
very
at me for
beautiful.
showing her picture on
Gorgeous.
Here, but she's stunning.
I love pearls.
Had so much
I
fun.
never thought of wearing them with a nightgown though.
Had so much fun doing it. You know, it's
First
just,
thing I do is take my jewelry off. Let's see another one. Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here.
So you get them to really relax in what it looks like.
Yes, it's so much about that. It's so much about
And then when you see
I
the
walk them through every pose, and so that's kind of funny because I usually, like, I'm a klutz, so I'll put myself in these poses, and you know, then we're laughing about it, and it's just most of the women say they cannot believe when they see their pictures. First of all,
That they're doing it.
they always say to me, "You photoshopped that," and I'm like, "No, I didn't.
That's
This is
you. Really.
But when we look at ourselves in the mirror, we only see our flaws.
Right.
Right.
Mhm.
And what I'm showing them is from a different perspective that they don't see. And that's really how they look.
Wow.
So it's an amazing feeling when they see them, and they know I'm not editing them. They seem like I do same day reveals.
okay.
So like I'll do the shoot and then the same day they see their pictures.
Really?
So they know they're not being edited. But the most interesting thing that I found was that once I shoot the pictures, and I usually have them leave for 2 hours just to kind of get everything set up, they walk out the door already feeling like a rock star.
Really.
And they haven't seen their pictures yet. So that means something about the feeling of letting go and having this experience.
Do you
Well, you're
have
making
full size
them feel
women?
comfortable.
Yeah.
Do full size women come?
Yes.
Well, because those
Yeah.
are probably the hardest to get in the door, I would think.
No, actually, I have a lot of them. And I think, you know, times are changing. So women are
that's
becoming
very
much
true.
more comfortable with their bodies. And I'm also very good at posing and like knowing how to show what we want to show and
Okay.
hide what we
Right.
don't want to hide. And
Because sometimes it's kind of hard to hide when you have on very little clothes.
well, you never know. I mean,
Yeah.
you could be wrapped up in a sheet on the bed, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can only show what you want to show. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of fun.
Well, I see here that, you say, you shoot boudoir. It's amazing. There's nothing else in the world that will boost your confidence than a boudoir session. It's probably like, you think you're on TV, and look at all this. Look at how I look.
Well, you go home and you're like a different person.
Mm-hmm.
And then I always say for the cost of a boudoir session, you can go out and, do lots of other things, but that's not going to last with you. This is going to last with you. You're going to have this feeling. And every time you have a crummy day and you feel like you were hit by a bus, you can look back at your pictures and be like,
Well, in a way, it's
Damn.
basically therapy, and it's a self-care session.
Yeah.
I mean, self-care
Yeah.
is very important.
Because people don't take the time out to make themselves look pretty, and then
Right.
you go into a photo
Yeah.
shoot like that, and then you're like, oh, I am pretty.
yeah,
Well, this photo they took of you is very pretty.
thank you.
That obviously someone took that
Thank
for you.
you, yes.
Yeah, very nice job. But it says here you're an unapologetic New York person. What does that mean? An unapologetic? You won't make excuses
I'm just
and just
me.
accept me, and
That's right.
is that it?
That's right. My husband right now is like, oh, I knew she was going to say that. No. It took me a long time to be that way. And I feel like every woman kind of gets to that point sometime in her life of, when I could say I don't give an F itis.
Well, yeah. Well, I think 50 is when you get to the point and say,
and some of us
I'm effing 50, okay?
Yeah.
And this is how it is now.
Exactly.
And, I'm going to do it my way.
In my case, that happened a little sooner than later, because when I was sick at an early age, and the doctors and the adults at the time didn't want to hear, and I was like, no, you're listening to what I have to say because I'm the ones going through this.
Good for you.
So now you also have these signature programs and mastery.
Yes. So those are the
programs?
programs that there's a couple of different programs. One is just self-love, self-care. We're trying to I try to show them that there's such a conditioning of the patriarchy and like how we live our lives, and how can we change that?
Right.
You know, how can women ourselves like change
Just
that?
let it all out.
Yeah.
You know, just be who you want to be.
Yeah.
Right.
So we work on that a lot.
It's a good feeling when you do that.
It's amazing.
Yes.
It's the best feeling in the world, though, for me to be part of watching these women's journeys.
Right. Oh, sure.
Like,
Because you
I
watch them
relive
grow.
it every time I see somebody go through that and
Right.
come out the other side.
You get to see the impact that you make on other people's lives.
Yeah.
Now, what does this slay your selfie mean?
Oh, so I'm doing a
Slay your
program right
selfie.
now.
What do you take? You just have that camera in front of your face, and you're always like
It's to take
shooting
that,
spots
take
or
that
something?
perfect selfie, and she's going to explain how to do it.
Yeah.
Slay your
We're
selfie.
doing, so it's a program. It's along the same lines as, you know, self-love, self-care. It is, you know, even though we're not calling it that up front, the back end, it really is. It's learning to find confidence in yourself. So a lot of women that are in our midlives, we're terrible at taking selfies. You know, we're like,
Yeah,
you know, we
I'm
don't know
not
how to
good
hold
at
the
it.
camera, we don't
First, you
know
got to
where to
have a
look.
long arm in order to
Yeah.
get three people
I don't have
into
that
it.
problem. I got a long arm.
and you see your girlfriends and they're posing and you're like, I don't know what to do. So I put together a program for, it's 5 days free for everybody, 5 days of training to discover what your body type is, how to dress for your body type, and how to pose for your body type. So, and you have to do different sessions along the 5 days, so you see where you started to where you ended up. Because I love selfie sessions.
Really?
I do that all
Does
the
your
time.
husband laugh at you when you do this at home?
He doesn't. He just laughs at everything I do. So
Don't they all?
He's probably got a good sense of humor.
oh, he
right?
does. He
Yeah,
does. He's
that's great.
wonderful. But I do that. I prop up my cell phone. I have my little remote, and I just put some loud music on, and I dance, and I feel
great.
so good.
Well, music makes such a big difference when you let
Yeah.
the music fly, you know.
Yeah.
all
so
over the
it's a
house.
confidence booster. So
Great.
I'm doing that to really help people and show them, look, you can do it too. And when you have some great pictures of yourself, it makes you feel so good.
I would think that models, people that are interested in modeling, this would be very good for them.
Well,
to
I
get
really
started.
want the women. I want the us women. I want the real women.
Okay, because we had a gal join us a few years ago, and she is a big, beautiful woman, BBW. Anyway, she never wore makeup, anything. Well, she won the Miss Full Size USA 2 weeks
Good
ago.
for her. That's
We
amazing.
went. We had a great time.
Oh, that's so great.
And she changed drastically in 2 years, and all the progression was on Facebook because she was a club member.
Yeah.
So she really is doing great, and now she's just loving it. You know, she really is.
That's fabulous.
And just the
Good for her.
clothes that she gets to wear is like unbelievable.
Wow.
So, everyone likes different things.
Yeah.
Me, I would just model my nails. Or maybe a new do.
Well,
I would
that
do
beautiful ring sparkling
Yeah, isn't
doesn't
that
hurt.
nice? Yes,
very
she's got that. It's very pretty. So, that's what I would do. But everybody's different,
Yeah.
So how do you get your clients? Like, how does, obviously you have a great website and Instagram and
you.
all that, but is it all word of mouth or?
It's mostly word of mouth. A lot of my clients, originally started out that they were wedding clients, and then they
Right.
just kept, following me. And I met, tons of people doing weddings for all those years
Oh,
and
for
bridal
sure.
parties. And so I just have a lot of followers, and it's usually, my followers, they're constantly watching to see, what is she doing now? What is she doing now?
Sure, yeah.
They're waiting
So
for the next big
do they
thing.
come back for a refresher course ever?
Always.
Oh, really?
Always. In fact, the one who my girlfriend just did a shoot yesterday, and was it yesterday? I don't even know what day it is. The day before, and she already said she's planning her next one.
Really?
Every one of my clients.
So how
comes
many
back.
hours does it take to be part of the class at your house?
Well, the session, a photography session, is a full day of pampering.
Oh, a whole day.
So
Well,
you
they
come
do your
in, you get
hair and the
hair,
works.
makeup. We put you in a
Oh.
robe. We give you champagne, strawberries. We pamper
Wow, that's a nice.
you, and then you have your photo session, and you leave like a rock star.
Wow. Okay, and then you might go out, right? Dancing or
Well,
whatever.
it's very funny when you have somebody that comes in and they say they're doing it for their husband. They don't want their husband to know. They're in my bathroom washing all their makeup off and
Oh,
straightening their
people
hair.
might be like, private about it because
And I've
some
had-
people might think their friends might think they're crazy. for
I've had
doing
women come in dressed in their suits with their briefcase because they told their husband they were going to work.
it. That's funny.
Because they want to surprise them. But the truth is, a lot of women will say, "This is for my husband." It's really for them.
Sure.
The impact is really for
They
them.
want to. They think they want to shock their husband, but they want
But
to shock
it's gonna
themselves.
change them. Yeah.
Right. Hmm.
But it doesn't hurt for the husband to get the pictures either.
So now I have Alexandra Erline watching. Is that your friend? Alexandra, thank you for watching.
Oh.
Jen Torrey.
Oh, that's my
She
friend.
said she posted for 3 separate photo shoots and she loved it. Never feels better about herself,
Yeah.
and she's 47.
Oh, wow.
And our hairdo lady, Rosa, is watching. Rosa, you got to try one of these sessions. You're going to love it. Rosa is, she does my hair for like 30 years now. Watched her kids grow and
Oh, wow.
2 marriages and the whole bit. She's a great lady. And
Isn't it funny how close you get to your
oh,
hairdresser?
yes, absolutely. The hairdresser knows
They know everything.
all the secrets. All the secrets, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Well, just recently we had a shocking guest who his niece was on, so he wanted to shock her. He comes on with a book. He was the hairdresser for Elizabeth, what's her name? Taylor.
Wow.
So he brought us this book, and we had all these
wow,
pictures
wonderful.
of her and him, and he knows all the gossip. He wrote a book about it.
Yeah, oh, he must know.
And he
all the
loved
gossip,
it so much, he called me the other day. He wants to come back.
Oh, how
very
lovely.
nice.
Yes, and he was very, very nice. He paints, he does all kinds of things.
How wonderful.
But it was a shock because the niece didn't know he was coming. And, you know, that's where the Facebook is really good. I
Yeah.
mean, a lot of people don't like it, but I got to tell you,
You could reach the world on it, and it's just
it's good. It's just
yeah.
a matter of how you approach people.
right. And you have your audience. You could target any audience that you need on
Yeah.
that.
hmm It's wonderful. For a cause like yours, it's wonderful the amount of people you could reach.
Rosa said she would love a photo shoot. Yes. And she has a whole array of women in her her
Lovely.
beautician school
Yeah,
place. So
of
there you go.
course. Wonderful.
She could bring like 5 of them all at once. I'm not coming, Rosa.
We're going to get her there. We'll work on her, Rosa. We'll get her.
Yeah, I could just see me, Jenny, and Susan going for one of these photo shoots. I don't think so.
Why not? Why
no, but it
not?
does sound like it's very good.
It's very fun.
So now I want to look at this book.
Okay.
All right, and tell me about how this came about. It's called Cinderella is a Lying. I'm not going to say what it is.
Bad
Starts
word.
with a C. It's
See
a
you
bad
next
word.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right? Why
Bad
fairy
word.
tales suck and badass bitches rule. And so this is an interesting book. I'm going to
Go right
be
ahead.
glad to read it.
It's very fun.
And take it home if I can.
It's a little rant.
It says here you are exactly where you were supposed to be, and I'm not a victim, but I'm a trailblazer, and I'm committed to empowering women, and that's a great beginning. That's a great line because women help women, and yes, men are great too, but it says here to every woman who has ever been told she's not enough, who has ever been made to feel ashamed of herself, her dreams, who has ever been silenced, know that you're not alone. And it's very true because some people just
Yeah.
don't get out there and don't realize, And here you're saying Cinderella is a liar. I love it. Cinderella is a liar. Yep, you heard me right. That poor mistreated girl with the glass slippers and talking mice, it's total BS. I love it. It's really funny. And you're going to tear down the myth of Cinderella and expose the truth about society expectations for women. It's some of it is, it is really what goes on. So buckle up, ladies, and get ready to unlearn everything you thought you knew about Cinderella. It's time to rewrite the story and live life on your own terms. I love it.
Yes.
I really love it. How old were you when you wrote this book?
I just wrote it.
Yeah.
I just did it. I was like, actually, it's a funny story. Everyone who knows me knows that I get on my soapbox about the patriarchy, the conditioning, because it frustrates me so much. And I found that a lot of people didn't really understand what that means. So, it's a word we throw around all the time. but-
Patriarchy?
Yeah.
What does it mean?
Well, it's
The social system of discrimination or something like
I
that?
mean, it kind of is. It's a run world society and government run by men, and women have lesser, abilities to do things than men do, and it's just the way things.
Rosa
have
wants
been.
a book. She's like, I want to buy one of those books.
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
But trying to just point out, like, these are the things that we deal with as women just because of a patriarchal society. I mean, I put it in the back. Like, I mean, it was very fun and very snarky to kind of.
Well, here's a good one. Let's not forget about the stepmothers and wicked queens of the fairy tale world. They're all in the corporate America scene, too. So they're there. I mean, I knew them and I dealt with them.
They're everywhere. They're spread out.
I like this is a very true kind of funny way of putting it.
So in the middle of the night, my husband and I were sleeping and the TV was on, and I think we were watching Shameless, and Fiona says something to Debbie about Cinderella and fairy tales, and I just woke up out of bed and I said, you know what, that Cinderella, she was a lion. And my husband said, oh my God, that's a book. That's a title for a book. And I was like, you know what? It is.
It is.
And then the next day he goes, you're not really going to do that, are you? I said, yes, I am.
So did you have a book launch for this or no?
No, I just put it out there.
You just put it out there, yeah.
I was just so excited to really get this in people's hands. And it's very funny, but there is some seriousness to it. And I do, in the end, like, point out all of the different ways that women have been,
We just got 72 smiles from Rosa. I'm not kidding you. She just put all these roses. She's putting all this stuff up.
All the things.
How to be a boss ass bitch. So is that like if you're a boss and you should be a bitch?
No,
or you're saying
we're all boss ass bitches because we stand up for other women. So you're a boss.
That's
ass
another
bitch.
term that everybody has their own
And
definition of.
yeah.
It's how you empower yourself to do the things that you need to get done.
Yeah.
Stop waiting for Prince Charming to rescue you. It's about time to be your own damn hero. I love it. What do you think, guys? Isn't this amazing? It's really different. Really nice. Yeah. Surround yourself with boss ass bitches. Your circle of friends can make or break you.
That's true.
Pursue your passion. That's one of my things. And that will take you so far.
It does.
It really does. And don't apologize if you had a bad day and you were a bitch. It's okay. You're amazing just the way you are, and you should never apologize if you did something that you really had to do. You know. But some people you have to apologize to because they just don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, there's that line, if I offended you, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you go for therapy, you hear all these things.
Yeah.
You know. But it says here, reclaiming your power, which is really something that everyone has to do, you know. And then there's the education. There's people that are, you know, shameful about certain things. There's, you know, injustices, sexual abuse, harassment. Political representation, that's a whole different
those are
nightmare
all
we
the
won't
things
even
that
bring up.
the patriarchy, like those are the things I listed, how women have suffered at the hands of the patriarchy in all those different ways.
But you take about joining Unleashed Soul Sisterhood, you know, by just being together and inviting people to be in this movement for change, become empowered, confident, and worthy of everything you want.
Yeah.
And that says it all. I mean, I'm going to really read this if that's okay with you.
Of course,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Really, I love it. So now I'm giving you a copy of my book, which is, my book is From Fire to Freedom.
Ooh.
69 women in here, stories, each chapter, all about what happened when they turned 50 and they got fired because of their intelligence, their age, and their salary.
Wow, that's amazing.
And originally it started because I lost my job at 50.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this.
I started to meet people in the interview hallways that we were all going for the same jobs because we were very experienced. And none of us could get a job because of our age
Wow.
and our experience. And so we used to meet for breakfast. And it went on and on and on. And
For breakfast.
so we once got thrown out of a diner for spending too much time and not enough money. The diner's still living. The man is dead. He's dead. But I went over to see.
That shows him.
I went over to meet the family because the niece was there. And I go, you know, I told her the story. Your uncle. She goes, that's him on the wall. Yeah, he was like that.
Oh my gosh.
And he put us on the map because the day he threw us out,
Yeah.
all of us dressed in suits trying to do resumes, we called the Patricia Kitchen at Newsday.
And there you go.
And that was the day we became the Long Island Breakfast Club.
See, everything
nice.
happens for a reason. You're exactly where you're supposed to be.
16 years later, okay, I finally started writing the stories about the women. And then I went to see this wonderful woman who guided me on my second book, because my first book I did alone. This one. And she said, it's not big enough. It's not, you don't have enough meat. Her name is Stephanie Larkin from Red Penguin Book Publishers. And she said, why don't you do something different? Why don't you have these women write their own story? And then you're giving them an opportunity to be in the book and learn.
Yeah.
I did. And they all wrote their own book now.
That's amazing.
So now we also help publish books with
very
this
nice.
publisher.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
And anybody that writes a book, your life changes drastically.
I'm definitely writing more books.
Yes.
Because that was so much fun to me. The next one maybe won't be as snarky as that.
No, but a book changes your life, no matter
Yeah.
what. Because you go to things, you meet more people. Eventually, after a year or two, you get paid to speak
Yeah.
because of your book.
Right.
So that's what happened to me. And then I met Greg, and when he found out about, how we have no place to have our meetings, blah, 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 he invited us here. And the rest is history. I met Greg in the dry cleaners, and because he was handsome and good looking and smelled good. And I told him,
Smelled
he was
like fresh laundry.
Yeah, I love it. I like it. And that was it. That's how I met him. And we did the show together, and we've been doing it. We
How
don't
long
do
have you
it
been doing
together.
it?
We're almost up to our 300th show in another
Wow,
month.
congratulations.
Twice a
Wow.
week, yeah. And that's how I met all these great people that help. And because of the show, I then volunteered again in the film industry. And I'm in 3 independent films.
Oh, nice.
And
Good
now
for you.
we are planning a big sitcom called
Wow.
The Fontanas. You have to watch out for it.
Wow.
And I'm playing the mother, Italian mother.
nice.
I was going to say this has got to be an Italian film.
Dysfunctional Italian family.
And
I'm now
love it.
considered an actress, and I'm not, but
I love it.
I'm doing it.
But that's
Hey,
not
but
even
you know
probably
what,
not
that's-
acting for you either. It's probably
Well, I'm Italian, and I do have a lot of dysfunctional people in my family. But I have
wonderful.
sons in this. I have a daughter, not sons. But I'm having so much fun, and I'm learning. And so the next goal is in another year, I'll make my own independent film.
good for you.
Because anybody could do an independent film. You just need good actors, people that want to learn, a great camera guy like this gentleman that I have, a little funding, but not a lot, and you can make a 26-minute film about anything.
Yeah.
It could be about your dog.
Well, I'll help you with your promotions.
Yeah, it could be about something that was so funny that happened.
Yeah.
And all of this
fabulous.
happened to me. You'll read some of the stories because I lost my job, changed my life, and shit happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I did get a job, and I lost it again because I was working for the government. And what I'm doing now, I was hired to do for Nassau County. Help people, business, women, 50, and
But
it went
you're
down.
having so much fun doing
No,
this,
it went
right?
down because my boss went to jail.
Okay.
Well, there you go. But I was appointed. And so when you're appointed, you don't have the,
Right.
Yeah.
So now I'm on my own, but I'm in this great studio working with these great people.
Yeah.
And we help everyone. But this show is not just about what we talked about here with you and you. It could be about anything. You could sponsor a charity, be on the show. A lot of people do that so that because charities can't afford
Right.
the rate to come on the show.
Yeah.
But you get a video and you could share it every day 10 times a day.
That's fabulous.
And then we have an add-on now where you could stand on the stage and do your own video. And great Justin that we have here does that.
Very nice.
And we always add on more as we grow. And we do a lot of little events here, Christmas, donations, things like that. And now we are involved with the Long Island Opera. So if you like opera,
Wow.
Very nice.
they came on the show. And you could see opera on Long Island once a month for $10.
I didn't even know
Wow.
that. Yeah.
$10 in Northport or Huntington.
Wow.
I was in the music business for about 6 years. I was a manager. So we did a bunch of things and we worked with a lot of great people, but I also did the back end, and I don't like being in the front on the camera. I like to be behind the scenes doing everything.
That's Susan. She likes to be behind the sceens too.
Yeah.
She said she doesn't like to be in the front. She wants to be behind the scenes. Yes. But I mean, they're always posted on my stuff if you want to see it.
I will definitely.
The next
take a
one
look
is
at it.
next Friday, and it's in Huntington.
Wonderful.
And it's a fabulous. It's $10. It's in a beautiful church.
That's a great deal.
But it's not a holy roller thing. It's
Yeah.
opera,
That's wonderful.
and it's beautiful. And so now we go to opera once a month,
Nice.
Hey, that's
and I do
beautiful
their
thing.
PR because I do PR on the side. And
Can I ask you, how can we see your show?
oh,
I'm very excited.
Not this
show,
it's not on yet, but
Okay.
we're having a opening night
Okay.
where you could see a few of the.
Oh, nice.
We're up to episode 7.
Oh, okay. All
I'll
right.
invite you. Trust
Definitely,
me,
definitely, I
it'll
would
be on
love
Long
that.
Island. Might even be here. I'm not sure.
I would love that.
And it's
We got a big Italian family.
yes. Well, let me tell you, I can't even believe what I'm doing because when you see the thing, a few days later, like I did that. So, but to work with people that all want to be there is another
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Not everybody gets paid.
Yeah.
But eventually, if you join the union, there is a career there when you retire,
Yeah.
if you
Right.
like it.
Right.
So what I try to do is I coach people every day on, what do you want to do when you retire? Don't wait till you're
Yeah.
60 something
Yeah.
and then say, okay, what am I going to do? Twiddle my thumbs every day?
Right.
But I guarantee, recommend every single person should volunteer once a month for something that you never did before.
Yeah.
That's it. And you never know.
I started volunteering when I was 13, and I've been doing it ever since.
Wow. That's
And it's been
wonderful.
political campaigns. It's been
Well, political
it's
is
been-
fun, but then it gets
but-
ugly now.
Yeah, but I've been in EMS. I've done, I've done helping children with autism and doing the Kidney Coalition.
Yeah.
I've
Well, you have a lot
such
of experience. You could get a good job if you wanted to go back to work with all the
When
experience.
when I was
Because you're
in,
still not 50 yet, you get a job when you're 50.
when I was in college and we were doing resumes, and it was people with disabilities, and they were like, you should come here and do this. And I said, okay. And I sat down with the woman, and the woman goes, you have a resume of somebody that's over 50, but you don't have the degree yet. So that was
I
what
had
was
that
holding.
problem, too.
That's what was holding me back when I was,
I still have
17
that
and
problem.
18.
I could teach college students. They won't hire me. I don't know the degree.
Yeah,
I have the dirty hands. of
Yeah.
Getting your hands dirty and doing the work.
I wanted to
Yeah.
go back to school. The kidney problem gave me an issue because my
Right.
immunosuppressant, my immune system was suppressed, and all the people were getting me sick, so I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I became a homebound student, and that's how I got my first degree. And I got a degree in liberal arts pre-law.
That's terrific.
And it's an associate's degree, but that's the foundation to go on to do other things and
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
and get further degrees.
And now there's so
Absolutely.
much online. Probably.
Oh,
I
yeah.
furthered I did continuing education, so I have an analytics degree and everything else to
Fabulous.
learn about the backgrounds of Facebook and how to do all the promotions.
Well,
and
you're really
everything.
good at that part.
That's
See, when
great.
I
Thank you.
worked in the media,
Yeah.
I had a staff. So when I went out on my own, it was
Yeah.
like, I don't know how to do anything.
I was told that I do the job. I do the job of 100 people and I make
Yeah.
it look easy because I
Yes.
used to do productions where for the music and everything, and they were
We're
like,
definitely going to tap into you
Yeah,
for some volunteering.
please.
I would
I
love that.
always look for something to do, especially
Well, we're busy
the dialysis is 4 hours, and I look for something to do in that time.
while you're sitting in there.
Yeah, because I'm
You
not
always
allowed
have
to
your
move.
computer?
Oh, wow.
The tubes are hooked up to my arm, and you're not allowed to move for the 4 hours. And
Wow.
if you do move, the machine goes off, it stops, and it makes dialysis even longer.
Now, do you have a Facebook account, a website?
Yes.
Tell everybody what it is.
My personal Facebook is Katgia, Katgia, and the organization is Kidney Coalition of New York City. That's www.kidneycoalition.org, and you can find us on Instagram and Facebook are our two main platforms, and that's NYC Kidney Coalition, and that's basically everywhere you can find us. And we're easy. I'm trying to be everywhere on there, so
Well,
you
you are.
You could pop up and you look us up, and it'll be there.
Okay, well, Marianne Seep, that's your friend, SEIP.
Yes.
What a great color. She loves this. Shocking Pink is back, believe it or not. They're showing a lot of Shocking Pink all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's very
because you know
pretty.
why? It's Barbie core.
And orange.
Yeah.
Barbie, the Barbie movies coming out.
Yes, and they're showing
And the cafe.
orange with pink.
Yes.
Very strange.
I know, I've seen that too.
Yeah, it's very strange, but it actually, in flowers, it looks okay.
Yeah.
It definitely
Well,
does.
like the color for kidney disease is green.
Uh-huh.
Green is not my favorite color, but it's like sometimes you gotta wear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. Well, you're a very strong woman.
Thank you.
You've come through a lot. You're going to get that third kidney.
Thank
Just
you.
got to keep communicating. And, anything that we could do to help you.
Thank you very
send
much.
me anything you want. I will post it. I have 3 postings.
Thank you.
My show, the club, and my name.
Thank you.
So, And where do people reach you?
So
and
you
how
can
do
find me on Facebook at Sandi, Sandi Rufo, Rufo. That's my Facebook page. Everything is there. You can find everything through there. But I just would really like to offer you, I'm going to give you a free session when you're feeling
Oh
good.
my gosh!
Thank you so much.
Isn't that nice?
That's very nice. Thank you.
Good for you.
It'll be
That is
wonderful.
Now you have to
wonderful.
come with me.
Oh. That's great. I'm very happy
Think
for
of Patrick.
you.
He'll like the pictures.
That is so funny. That is really kind of you. That goes to show you the kind of women that are sitting here today. We're all like that. We all
Well,
help
when
each
she
other.
said that she didn't have a book launch, my mind started going. I'm like, what do you mean you didn't have a book launch? You should be
let
doing
me tell
this.
you, honey. You should
I'll
have a
help
book
you.
launch. I do them all the
I'll help
time.
you.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to do one, you let me know.
I wasn't sure how to even start. But
Well, I know how to do it. We just
Okay.
had one here 2 weeks ago of the gentleman
okay.
from Long Island that almost drowned in Port Jeff in the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he wrote the book, and
Wow.
we had a big launch here for him.
Nice.
Wow.
He's from the club too. Yeah. So a lot of people from the club write books
Yeah.
because of us, and we push them.
yeah, that's
And
wonderful.
the book will change your life.
Thank you. I
But
hope so.
this show today is sponsored by Aura Puro Jewelers, Franklin Square. They have jewelry to die for on Hempstead Turnpike. You go see Teddy and Christina, and he's a doll. If you ever need jewelry, tell him the show sent you, Valentina. I bring people there all the time. And also it's sponsored by the Tranquility Spa, which is right down the block, that you sit in a chair from head to toe. You get a headset on, and they just massage you
I need
from
that.
toes up to the top. No clothes have to come off. It's just a wonderful place, and they have a soul cave.
Nice.
And they're right here in Franklin Square
Wow.
as well. We have two great sponsors.
That's
so,
wonderful.
and of course, thank you for your sponsorship and what you did today in informing all these women, all these great things.
Thank you.
If anybody does want to go, make sure you call this lady.
Yeah.
And we would like you all to come with us August 12th. We're going to be, that's the name of the event.
That event is August 26th.
Oh, August 26th.
Yeah, that's dirty. It's the Kidney
We're all
Coalition
going to
presents Dirty
Dirty
Bingo.
We're going to
Bingo.
come. That sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It will be.
You're going
It's
to have a
gonna be-
signature drink that night or what?
Actually, yes. We're looking.
See,
we're
this
looking
girl
into
knows.
things.
I swear to God.
We came up with a concept that I haven't seen anywhere, and I did my research to make sure that there was new and exciting things. And I'm not going to reveal it here
Okay.
right now, but they're going to have to come to the event and find out what it
A
is.
signature drink that night, too. Well, at my launch, we had a signature drink. It was Valentini's.
Oh,
very
And it
nice.
was a great theme. Everything was red and black because my publisher, those are her colors.
What do you think we should do for this?
Oh, well,
Oh, there's plenty that we can do
yeah,
for that.
I guess you could go with shocking pink and gray.
Could be
Shocking
a real theme there.
Yes, shocking pink and gray. But if you're
those would be
serious,
those
let
would
me
be
know.
good colors.
Everyone
You need
dress
nice
up.
straw. You need nice straws
Oh,
of
yes.
colors. For
As a
that.
hooker.
Everyone dress up as a fairy tale.
Yeah, whatever. You could be a good hooker or not a hooker, But anyway, on that note, I really appreciate you
And
coming.
thank you for the opportunity.
And you're
so
going to get the
much.
video
Thank
tonight.
you.
You'll get it on your Facebook tomorrow.
Thank you.
Share, everyone. Tell your friends about the show. Tell your charities about what we do here. Anyone that needs support, contact me, Valentina. I'm everywhere. You can find me. Just Google. Okay? And that is a wrap, ladies.